What up, everybody? This is DJ Marcus J, aka Mr. Block Party, and I'm here for another episode of the Metaversal Mindset Podcast. What up, everybody? This is DJ Marcus J, aka Mr. Block Party, and I am here for another episode of the Metaversal Mindset Podcast. And I am here today with a brother I'd say I met maybe about 2 months ago here in the Metaverse. And it seems like every time I talk to him, every time somebody else mentions him, there's something else he's doing. There's something else he's involved with. Multifaceted. You know how I do. I don't want to, I should say, miss anything in his introduction. So I'm going to actually ask him to do it himself. But today we are joined by the one and only Manetanedareason. Manetanedareason. Fam, thank you for coming.
Already, man. Shout out. Appreciate you for having me. You know what I'm saying? I'm Manetanedareason. I'm out of Fort Worth, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Third Coast, Funky Town, Fort Worth, Texas.
Shout out to Fort Worth.
I'm mostly known locally, you know what I'm saying? I'm come from the rap underground scene in Texas. I've done a few things. I've interviewed like Lil Flip from the South, I've done interview sessions with him on radio. I've co-hosted some radio. I've done songs and video with other likes of people like Lil Kiki, multi-platinum artist out of Texas. He actually came to my house, in my studio at home, and we put down Goodfellas, the track me and him did. Then I brought him back like a week later, and we shot the video. So, that's where I kind of got my origin at, is in the underground rap scene. But I always have been writing poetry for pretty much all my life, So I just started really sharing that again here recently. But man, it's a lot to maintain. It's more than the name. My name itself is a message, Manetanedareason, you know what I'm saying? So it's a message to myself and also anybody else who read it, just to keep true to your purpose, you know what I'm saying? Your root, your truth, So I'm living up to my name, man.
I know when I first met you, I didn't know how to say your name. So just an FYI in here, sometimes in VR chat, you may see names and you don't know how to say people's name. So I just be like, what's up? And I had to wait till I heard you say it yourself. And I'm like, okay, now I know how to, because I really hate to say anybody's names wrong.
It's mainly because it's all one word here.
Exactly.
It's really not one word. Like I say, it's really maintain, which is Manetanedareason, reason, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what it is, because it's in one word and you're like, okay, where does it split? So, but then once I learned,
I got that name, well, maintain, and maintain, that name come from my younger years. My family named me that, just because of my temperament, my attitude. I've been through a lot, and I always keep my composure. I can keep a level head through pretty much any situation and, see my way through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I got the name Maintain.
I like that. Okay, origin story on the name. I like that.
Yeah, like even my mother called me that, so that's my name. You know what I'm saying? So
there you have it then. So, and look, that's what everybody calls you in here. So
yeah, and a lot of people think it's a stage name too. That's why I mentioned it. A lot of people think it's a stage name. It's not even associated with like none of the art I do. It's just my personality. It's me, my name. You know what I'm saying? And the reason, like I said, it's just me. It's a reminder for my purpose. So that's it.
I'm going to come back to that. As I like to say, I'm going to stick a pin in that as far as coming back and then remembering your purpose. Because there's a couple things I've seen in some performances, and we're going to kind of slide into that here a little bit.
Okay.
So the first thing that I had known of you to do in here was spoken word. And before I'd even heard you, when I first met you, you was like, yeah, my name is Manetanedareason. I'm a poet. Actually, I'm not even going to some of the other stuff because we're going to save that for the end of the show, because I'm telling you, this man does 50 million things. You'll see what I'm talking about. But you had just mentioned that you were a poet. Yeah, you was like, I'm a poet. I'm going to start doing more stuff in here. You had told me of a spot that you have called Frequency. And you was like, you know what? I'm going to start running something 5 days a week. I'm just going to kind of open the doors and see who falls through. And first off, if you know anything about trying to get something established in the metaverse or VR period, you got to be serious and be on your grind. And I scoped that about you
6
earlier.
days straight. Yeah.
I like that. I saw
6
you run
days
it.
straight.
First, like maybe week, I didn't get a chance just because of my scheduling and such. But then that next week, I got a chance to come in. So do me a favor.
Yeah.
Tell the people about frequency, its purpose, how you use it. Let them know about that.
Man, I got to mention that frequency is definitely a one-of-a-kind experience, you know what I'm saying, in virtual reality, you know, and I encourage people to visit. If you don't have a headset, definitely get on your phone, get on your PC, come out and join us. But frequency is a spot where the stage is hidden from the audience, because the main goal in frequency is to focus on the energy and conveyance of voice and, you know, the vibration of sound and how we communicate. You know, I have a saying posted on the wall in there where it describes how you throw a stone at the pond and the unseen ripples of light. That's how the frequency of our voice affect people that listen to us, and we don't even know the changes and the difference that we may make in people's lives just by sharing something, speaking, singing, telling a story, a testimony, a poem, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, the stage is hidden, so who's ever on stage can have a personal moment while people in the lounge can listen in. And while you're on stage, you don't hear anything that's going on in the lounge, so it's impossible for you to get distracted by others. You know, so you have a moment with yourself that you're willing to share with the audience. So it's pretty unique, man. It's pretty unique. You know, so and that's every Monday, every single Monday at 7:30 Central to 8 Central. It's 30 minutes because most of the time it's just me, but every now and then I do have others come through and bless the mic. But yeah, frequency is definitely one of a kind. You know. And you'll see Musa.stream, a site promoted in frequency. That's where you can stream and listen to my poetry, my music, you know, and other things that I got coming out. But yeah, most definitely. And that's where you can get information also on the Manetanedareason coin. Yeah.
All right, so I tell you what, I want to say one more thing about frequency, and then we're going to come to that Musa. We're going to come back to that because, like I said, again, 50 million things this man does, and I want you to pay attention and get educated through this episode. So for those who've ever been to a spoken word event, whether you participated or you were in the audience, whatever the case may be, everyone is different. In this particular night that I went to frequency, you performed, and so did Brooklyn Mom, if I'm saying her name correctly. I want to make sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, both of you performed. And in spoken word situations like that, in events, you never know when a person may get inspired to go up. And I jokingly said this, but it actually happened that night. I'm mid-conversation with somebody, and they just walked away.
And it happens most nights in frequency. Yeah, honestly.
But not in a negative way. They walked away and went to the performance area that he was talking about. They did their performance, finished, walked right back up to me and could finish the conversation like it had never stopped. Like almost mid-sentence, just came right back to the exact same.
I enjoy? One of the things I enjoy the most is when people come and they say, man, you know, I write poetry, but I never perform it. I haven't spoken or recited in years, you know. And then they get into that vibe and they, you know, we in there vibing, and next thing you know, they on stage and they going, you know. And it happens.
Somebody I know came up on stage that night. I'm not gonna say their name because I don't know if they want me to.
Yeah.
But they shared one of their pieces, and I was like, we need more of that. We need more.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not gonna share their name. But yeah, that was the first time I heard that particular person do spoken word.
And I gotta mention too, man. About frequency. You know, it's not a traditional event spot to where, like you mentioned, you can walk. It's not a stage where I stay on stage and I'm just throwing poems at you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm gonna say some poems. I might explain it. We can walk around. We're gonna have conversations. We're gonna chill. We're gonna vibe. It's like a workshop, and it's a real community. It's a community vibe. That's what I'm all about, man.
I love it, and I encourage more people. 7:30 p.m. Central,
yes, sir,
and 8:30 p.m. Eastern, which would also be 5:30 p.m. Pacific. So,
yes, sir.
Monday nights, definitely come check out Frequency. Yeah, it's a vibe for sure. I won't say unfortunately, but I'm part of the show. I shouldn't say that to sound right. I'm part of the Crypto City on Monday nights. So I'm saying that unfortunately I'm not able to come to the
Yeah.
to the event as
Yeah.
much as I
But
can.
I do
So
Thursdays too. I do every other Thursdays too in Lighthouse. The Lighthouse is another spot. It's more of a
now
traditional
Lighthouse I
theatrical.
haven't. No,
Yeah.
Lighthouse I did check out because you had another event at Lighthouse. So, matter of
Mm-hmm.
fact, let's get to that side of things. So we can talk about that. So, as I told you before, I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. Is it Musa? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Musa. Yeah, Musa. That's right.
Musa, Musa. Tell people a little bit about that and your involvement and such and what you got going on.
Okay. Musa is it's a decentralized streaming application for podcasts, musicians, anything. It's the various number of things really. But it's decentralized, meaning you own your content. Uh, and you can control your monetization. You know what I'm saying? In several different ways. People can tip you directly on the app. You know, instead of just me getting like Spotify some kind of set small rate. If somebody like my song, they on the blockchain, they see maintain song. Oh man, I like them. They throwing 50 cents here, $1 here, $5 here, $10 here, 3 cents here, 5 cents here. Over time it adds up, you know what I'm saying? So it's a decentralized platform for anybody, even you I can, get you on, man, and you can have your podcast on there and people can see it. And long as you on chain, man, they can tip you live and so on and so on. There's other features too. On Musa.stream, you also can see the Manetanedareason coin, which is my own crypto coin associated with DSO blockchain. I have close to about 30 investors in that coin, my coin holders. So what I'm doing, I cancel customers. I don't want customers. I'm pretty much done with customers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I want partners. And with that being said, people that buy or invest into my poetry and my music, they're actually purchasing digital tokens that's worth crypto. You know, they buy it at one price and they can sell it and pass it along at another price, which gives them profit. And there's other things that I have going too where we all generate income. It's more of a social economy, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's not a customer, it's not a direct to consumer, it's more of just a direct partnership where everybody earn. As I grow, the people that enjoy what I do and benefit from what I do, we all grow together. It's definitely the future, man. But yeah, you can see the information on the coin. Which shout out to G Deuce. She actually is a Manetanedareason coin holder, and we up right now. Yeah, we up. And shout out to the L Boogie, who's also here in Meta Horizons with us. That's two that's part of
Shout
the
out to
Meta
El
Horizons
Boogie and
community
G Deuce.
that actually maintain coin holders. And yeah, we up pretty good right now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
I like
yeah,
that. I
it's
like that.
definitely
Keep doing what you're
yeah.
doing. Now, not only are you involved in these different endeavors, whether it's your person, you know what I'm saying, your own coin, whether you
Yeah,
have content, like you said, on Musa or any platform, whatever the case may be, whether you're doing stuff with Entra, which we can talk about Entra too here some tonight.
yeah.
Um, what I've noticed is not you're just not a person who has knowledge, but you're trying to share that knowledge with others. So I guess we
Yeah,
can look back and we can come to frequency. Because frequency,
yeah.
I've got a chance to check you out there. And I've known you to hold events at frequency. Can you tell the people about the type of events that you hold at your spot, frequency? Or wait, did I
Yeah,
say my names wrong? Did I say my names wrong?
are you speaking of the lighthouse or frequency?
Lighthouse. I'm sorry. I'm saying frequency, and I'm like,
Okay,
wait a
okay.
second. That's
Yeah, I got you.
Lighthouse.
Nah, I
I'm so
got you. I
sorry.
got you.
Lighthouse. Thank you. Lighthouse.
Okay. Nah, you good. You good. They both almost one and the same, but the difference is the stage concept. So, like I said earlier, with frequency, it's all about focusing on the sound and vibration and an emotion. So it's not about nothing visual. Okay, so the lighthouse is the opposite. It's all about interaction with the crowd seeing you, you seeing them, movement on stage, theatrics, so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? It's the other half of the performance. And it's geared towards, maybe another level of poet or singer or performer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, in frequency, those who don't normally share work can be a part of the event. And then when they come to the lighthouse, if they want to sit back, they still can sit back and they still can be motivated by seeing others on a traditional stage where they eventually be there too. You know what I'm saying? But and the lighthouse is also named after my community. I have an online community called the Lighthouse, which is also I consider a social economy as well. And
Mm-hmm.
also like the same concept with my music and poetry with the community. My plans are to have different activities that we do in NFTs and pass them along with each other, where we have passive income over time for everybody involved. Things like that.
Now, speaking
With
the
the
last two
lighthouse,
things that you said with Lighthouse as well as with that, you've had some instructional events that you've had in here where you're trying to show the community different things. Like you may have had
Yes,
one where
sir.
you were trying to share some information on diesel. You may have had another one that you were sharing some info, or
Yeah.
even the same event
What that
where you were
is,
sharing some
that's the
stuff on
blockchain
entre.
talk. Yeah, that's the blockchain talk. And I do
Tell
that
the people about
every
that.
Tuesday. Every Tuesday. It's a 30-minute event that I do every Tuesday, and that's in the Lighthouse Gateway, which is another world. And I created all these worlds too myself. But that's in the Lighthouse Gateway, and that's a world that's dedicated to education, information, not just me teaching, but me learning also. If other people have information on different applications and programs, we can meet there and we can have that talk. It's blockchain talk. I share platforms I use, strategies that I came up with myself, possible strategies depending on whoever's in the room that I can share with them about what they're doing. But it's all about sharing like the new technology, because this technology that I have access to is new. It's not too many people in the world really using it. So a lot of people are unfamiliar with it, but trust me, it's definitely a game changer. So I take that time out just to, open that door for that conversation. And that's the Lighthouse Gateway. Yeah.
And what time is that event on Tuesday nights?
That's every Tuesday at 6:30 Central. That's from 6:30 to 7.
So 7:30 Eastern. If you're on the West Coast, 4:30 your time.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to
Yes,
emphasize, I don't
sir.
know if I mentioned these before, but all of these do take place in Horizon Worlds. And for
Yes,
those of
sir.
you who may want to join in and check it out, you can check it out on headset. But always remember, you can check out Horizon Worlds on your phone or your computer as well. So if you just want to kind of peek in, stand in the corner, just want to see what's going on, want to learn a little something, be a fly on the wall, I encourage you Tuesday nights, Lighthouse Gateway, maintain the reason what he does his events. I've been to him for, and I'm actually, hopefully, I can free stuff up where I can make it tomorrow because I do need to come back. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do need to come back for another one. They're amazing events,
Yeah.
very informative.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I've been able to learn a lot this last few years, so I'm definitely about sharing, man, because I feel like we can't do nothing by ourselves. You know, it's only so much you can do. But together we make a
It
bigger
takes a
impact. We
community.
get more done, and we can make a better tomorrow. For humanity. You know what I'm saying? If we work together. You know what I'm saying? Sound corny, but it's real.
No,
Yeah,
no, no. It's real. And it's
most
funny as you
definitely.
were saying it, I was thinking back to one of your pieces. I'm definitely not going to ask you to say none of your pieces, none of your poetry here now. But I believe the
Yeah,
title of it is Today.
yeah. I like today.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
today. Okay, that's that I
yeah,
like.
yeah,
I like today. Like, I'm saying I like today as
yeah.
in I like today. So yeah, yeah, that's a powerful piece. I like that piece. So
Thank you,
and
man.
I've
Thank you,
heard you
man.
perform that piece twice. Once at Indie
Okay.
Tours
Yeah,
and then once at
yeah.
your spot. So yeah, I've heard you
Yeah, I
perform
like
that
to do
twice.
it a
So
lot, man, because it helps me. That's what important. That's an important piece to me. Just yeah, it helps me. And like most of my, really all of my poetry is self improvement. So it's really something. It's a tool I use for myself, therapeutic. To stay sane, to survive. So I just decided, like I said recently, to start sharing again and sharing it. So my whole maintain the reason my whole vibe is not like for fame, money, recognition. My whole vibe is I'm sharing it because I know it can help somebody. And also, I'm taking it. I'm doing the business aspect, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because my family got to eat. And I got to pay bills. But
of course.
but my whole core, my reason, the whole core of what I'm doing is just utilizing my gift. You know what I'm saying? For the advancement of us as a people. You know, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth to it. It's maintaining the reason. That's what I'm all about.
Like I said, I've known you for a couple months now, and I've liked how you move in the platform.
Yeah.
Um, it's funny because one of the first things I noticed about you before I'd even met you and noticed what I had noticed was like in an event, I would see you in the corner or see you off in the cut, basically, right?
I'm a visitor,
But I would
man.
see
I'm
you
a visitor.
just observing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I notice
I'm a
people like
visitor.
that in the platform because it's like those people,
It's
you're
funny
like, you
you
know
mentioned
what?
that, man.
In 2 or 3 months, They'll be doing some stuff. Sure enough, that's what it was with you. So I was like, all right. I was like, I kind of see him in the corner there, just kind of taking the information in, like vibing, seeing what
that's just how I
the
move,
community's
man.
like,
I
and
gotta
then
check out the scene. I gotta explore. I analyze. I'm an analyst. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta check out everything. And before I make a move, I like to know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are shocked to find out I've been on Horizon for 4 years. You know, but because when I
oh
first got
really?
on
I'm
here,
shocked. I didn't know that was
yeah.
the case.
But see, I haven't been. But see, I haven't been. I just started sharing my poetry mid last year, maybe.
Okay.
You know, and I do music too. I haven't shared much of my music. I shared a little bit, but I do music. I work with a couple of celebrities, stuff like that. Did some on the business side, marketing and stuff like that. But yeah. I sat on her. I did some meetings and stuff, business on her for a couple of years, and I sat on her. I peeped out the scene for the virtual events and things like that, seeing who was doing what. I sat back for almost 2 years. Yeah. So yeah, that's just that's how I am. Like I said, my whole approach is not. I'm all about positivity. You know what I'm saying? And purpose. And I'm very serious. Because I feel like I'm in a battle. I'm fighting against poverty. I'm fighting against prejudices. I'm fighting against discriminations. I'm fighting against a lot of injustices. I'm fighting against a lot. So I gotta have my composure right. If I want to help and do what I'm. Yeah. So that's why I'm so serious.
I like that. From the moment I've met you, we started vibing and connecting here. Like I said, you've
Yeah.
always been that. So you've been a stand up dude
Yeah.
100% since I've met you. So I like that. I like that, and I like
Yeah.
what you've been doing, and I like how you move in this platform. So definitely keep doing what you're doing.
Already.
So I know you've mentioned some stuff that you've done here so far. Tell the people about some stuff that you may have upcoming, if you can share anything like that.
Yeah. I definitely can share a song. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting to the point where I'm making myself more vulnerable in a sense. Being more open. I'm an introvert, but I'm built for this. But yeah, I got I got a book series that I'm working on. The first of that should be coming out soon. I don't have any dates, but it's a book series. The title of it is The Myth, and that's going to originate. It's going to start through blockchain. Each chapter will be an NFT, and it's going to be pretty
Mm.
interesting. It's a whole universe. It's a whole universe of stories. So it's covering different dispensations of time. Like it might cover one story in the '60s and jump to like 8,000 years from now. Then it might jump back to the '80s, jump to the '90s. But this is all people in the same universe. Uh, but it's pretty cool. It's science fiction, but it has a lot of deep truths in it that I'm basing it on. And that's called the myth. You know, um, putting together some in real life stuff. A little small tour, possibly. Hopefully later this year. But we shall see. But I'm putting together an in real life tour where I want to do like some more in the range of like a poetry and barbecue. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we hit a couple of little
Ooh.
states. Yeah. Uh, Man, just trying to do my thing here in the metaverse, just kind of sharing what and like I say, as far as my actions in the metaverse, I'm kind of just sharing what I do with my events, sharing my poetry. Those are, in my poetry events, those will be the only spots where people can catch my performances pretty much for free and come vibe with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, I got some things I'm working on. Of course, it's all business and business and scaling it. So yeah, most definitely. Maintain the reason coin is gonna be more in the forefront soon because we building. And I'm finna add some cool utilities to that for my coin holders. So appreciation. I'm gonna add some as we grow. It's gonna be some cool things to look forward to for that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Look, you heard it directly from the man himself, and I promise you, we barely scratched the surface of some of the other stuff that I know he's involved with here
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
So,
It's more to
and
it.
like couple reasons. One, it gives us a chance to actually invite him back on the show down the line here at some point. But also, as you all know, I try not to give you too much information at once, because I don't want it to be like you watch an episode and you walk away with a headache. I mean, I really want you to watch an episode and be more interested in what we may have upcoming to see what the metaverse holds for you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. The best is next, right?
there you go. That's the best way to say it. The best is next.
Yeah,
So before we slide up out of here, do you have anything else that you want to share with the people?
man. I just say blessings, progression. Hang in there. don't get too distracted. Stay in your present moment. Don't let the worries about tomorrow and what happened yesterday distract you from what you can achieve today, or the energy that you can put your mind in today. Your present moment. Be present, be heard. That's where your blessings at. You know.
Couldn't say it better myself. Maintain the reason, fam. Keep doing what you do. Thank you for coming on the show here today, sitting down. I truly appreciate it. Like I said before, down the line here, I'm going to have you back on here because, again, there's so much more we can talk about here. So much more we can talk about. And two, we're going to do this off camera. I got something I want to talk to you about here. Yeah, before we get up out of here tonight. But I do got something I want to talk to you about. But, again, I want to thank everybody for coming through. Shout out to Blue Moon. Shout out to G-Do. Shout out to Fuchsia. Shout out to City. Yeah, we had to start doing these closed sessions because we had trolls come through. So we don't do the big audience things like we used to here. So, but maintain the reason, man. I want to thank you again, fam, for coming through, sitting down with me, sharing your knowledge with the people, letting the people know about your poetry, letting the people know where to find you. Monday night, 7:30 Central. Tuesday nights. I don't forgot here. What time was Tuesday? 6:30 Central Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
So both in Horizon. You can come through Monday, you can hear poetry. You can come through Tuesday, you can get educated. So again, maintain the reason, fam. Thank you for coming through.
Thursdays live performances too.
Every Thursday too. Look, I'm forgetting stuff here. I'm telling you, there was a time 6 days a week when he first opened it up. Every night. It's I don't care if it's one person in here or 100 come through. I'm rocking. This is what it is. And that's when I knew he was serious. Not that I didn't know before, but when people rock that way, be like, look, I don't care if it's one person come through or if it's 100 come through. We rock in the same way. I'm like, all right, I mess with people like that. So again, keep doing what you're doing. And everybody, my name is DJ Marcus J, aka Mr. Block Party, and this was another episode of the Metaversal Mindset Podcast. Thank you for watching and thank you for vibing. Peace.